Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's podcast on a crucial topic error management in system integrations. When two different systems are together, errors are almost unavoidable. We will dive into the types of errors and challenges organizations face during integrations, with a special focus on how effective error management can make a big difference. Joining us today is to share your expert insights is Shubhajit. Welcome, Shubhajit.
Thank you, Sanjana. It's great to be here.
So let's kick things off by setting the context. Can you explain what the error management really means in the world of integrations?
So, when we talk about system integration, people usually think about syncing data from source to destination. Now, when we are connecting multiple systems, data sync is obviously really exciting, but people try to avoid the error management or the upcoming errors which can happen within an integration or within a connector. So error management typically involves that you are able to identify an error, you are able to handle it, you can solve that issue which can arise during data sync when you are syncing data across multiple data sources. Now you have multiple flows which you have configured. These flows should be able to detect anomalies and you are able to apply corrective actions. So when you are applying corrective actions, it can maintain a seamless connection or seamless communication between multiple systems, between source to destination. So this is what we call an effective error management, and this is critical for an organization's success.
That's a great overview, by the way. What would you like to say the key components of error management that our organization should focus on?
So primarily, error management or the key components of error management are really very simple. First, you need to have an idea or you need to have mechanism which can detect errors. So error detection is the first part. Second part is you need to classify these errors. Some errors can occur because of data mismatch. Some errors can occur because of, let's say, the internet is not working, because nowadays data is synced between applications through internet. So classification is important. And third is that you are able to solve that error. You are able to identify what is the root cause and you can solve it within time. And the fourth component or the fourth main factor is you know to make sure that the error is not reoccurring. You are able to tackle most errors when it occurs for the first time. So typically these are the elements or these are the components which can help in maintaining the error management.
That really makes sense. Now let's compare pre-built connectors with custom integrations. So how do they differ when it comes to error management?
So nowadays there are a lot of organizations, even there are merchants who can plan their own custom integration development. People mostly think that it's about API management. They can consume data from API, they can post data to the API, and the integration will work. But in reality, this is not the scenario. The integration requires balance within the data sync process. We need to identify errors, we need to detect it, you need to solve it. Typically, when you are doing system integration through a platform or through pre-built connectors, often these pre-built connectors or an iPaaS platform comes with its own error detection, error identification, solving, showing what is the reason, which can help you to troubleshoot. But when you are doing your own custom integration, this is the least important subject which usually system integrators, the SIs, they do not focus on. They are focusing on data sync, but the custom integration developer usually do not focus much on error detection, error prevention, error management kind of subjects. And that leads to a disadvantage for the custom integration.
That's really an interesting contrast. So how does effective error management contribute to the successful iPaaS implementations?
So typically iPaaS is integration platform as a service. So when you are doing an effective error management through an iPaaS, there are certain advantages which you can get. The first is operational continuity, business process continuity. To even if, let's say, the error detection, there are some errors happen within an integration process, but this system can function. The system, a particular flow may not work, but the other flows will continue to work. So this ensures operational continuity. It can throw some notification to the users so that they can solve it and they can resync. This also helps in operational continuity. Second is the data integrity. Data integrity means that you have correct data across both the systems. When you manage your errors properly, then wrong data, erroneous data will not sync across multiple systems. And let's say the supercritical part is often sales orders, purchase orders, these kind of transactional documents. So if you have thousands of sales orders with wrong or erroneous data, then it becomes a headache, a blocker for the business continuity. So data integrity is important. You should have a resync feature. Whenever error occurs, you can solve and you can resync the data. Resource efficiency is also needed. So a platform or an iPaaS system helps you to maintain a balance. Which flow can work real time, which flow can work in interval, which flow can work daily. You can balance it out. It helps to manage the bandwidth and the resources. So ignoring data management or ignoring error management can lead to data inconsistencies. It can disrupt processes and it can increase operational cost. So it is not something which you can overlook as a merchant.
That's really important to have. But building a reliable error management system take a lot of time, right?
It certainly does when you are connecting systems through custom integration, or it's a project rather than you are using a product or a platform. So in custom integration, you need to develop everything from scratch. And as I mentioned earlier, often the error management system development is a least priority for the SIs to develop. While if you are using a iPaaS platform, this kind of error management system or mechanism are already pre-built, already developed, and you will get these kind of advantages which can identify errors. There are already a definition which is present in its database. It has handling protocols and it can reduce time and establish stability.
Thank you, Shubhajit, for breaking this down so clearly. It's evident that whether organizations use pre-built connectors or custom integrations, understanding and prioritizing error management is important for achieving seamless and reliable integrations.
Yep, my pleasure, Sanjana. And absolutely, I agree with you. This is a very important subject. The organizations which can maintain their integration strategy with strong error management practices, it becomes a key for them to maintaining operational excellence in today's interconnected business landscape.
So yes, that's a wrap up for today's episode. Don't forget to subscribe the channel and we will catch up to you next time. Until then, stay tuned and keep innovating.